Rolling.
Welcome to Clopening. I'm Eddie Lursa. This is my co-host.
Izzy.
Yeah, we both bartend together downtown Austin, Texas. I'm also a stand-up comedian. And this podcast is just going to be, so we call it Clopening. For any of those who don't know, I don't know if it translates between industries, right? Clopening is when you close the bar and open it a few hours later on very little sleep, and it feels like life just basically beat the shit out of you.
Fucks you in the ass.
Yeah, and fucks you in the ass. Perfect, of course. But yeah, so this podcast is going to be kind of some bar stories, some unhinged shit about how life kind of fucks you in the ass. And we thought the best way to do that is starting with our craziest bar stories. So I was thinking about it, and I've been doing this for 20 years now. I started bartending when I was 16 illegally, and then serving and bartending for the last 20 years. So I've got some stories, dude. And I asked my brother, I was like, what do you think the craziest bar story is? And we had the exact same one. And it was, I worked at this bar in downtown Alexandria, Virginia in my early 20s. It was my first like real cocktail bartending gig. You know, I thought I was fucking hot shit. And me and my brother were off this day. It was Thanksgiving. And we went to the bar to watch football all day long. And we drank all fucking day long. And there were these regulars there. So we were Redskins fans, right? Grew up around the DC area. We were watching the Redskins-Cowboys game. And there was this group of regulars, these like frat guys who were also Redskins fans that we somehow managed to have an altercation with over the Redskins. So, right, our team is on. I think they were winning. Probably not. And instead of being excited, these guys wanted to fight about, what was it about? It was RG3's rookie season. And they were fighting about, with us about who was the better quarterback. Right? Very high intellect shit in the bar on Thanksgiving. And I ended up getting pushed in the bar by one of these little tiny fellas. And I remember the bartender breaking us up. And we've been drinking. This was probably around 8 o'clock at night. We've been there since, I think, noon, me and my brother. And we both worked there, so they didn't give a fuck. We were good. And so they separated us. The bar was an L, right? They separated us to different ends of the bar. And me and my brother were at the end of the bar by the front doors. So every time these kids would leave to go smoke cigarettes, they just yell shit at us. Right? And the whole time we were just
Stir
like,
the pot.
yeah, the whole time we were just like, fuck it. You know, whatever. Like, we're here to drink and have fun. We're not here to fight today. Mm-hmm. And it kept happening, whatever. And then at the end of the night, there was this big fucking door guy. And we were outside talking to him. End of the night, nothing had happened. And he, this is going to give you an idea of who I was when I used to drink all the time. And we're standing there, and he's like, all right, these dudes are about to leave. Don't say anything. Right? And we were like, yeah, dude, we've been here all night. We don't want any fucking trouble. We've been here for like 13 hours.
13 hours in a bar on Thanksgiving is wild.
Yeah, we were fucking, it was a good day. And so they walk out, and immediately I say, what's up now, pussies? But not inside anymore, huh? And there was at least 10 of them, right? They were all pretty small guys. Like, we weren't really worried. Like, I wasn't a huge guy then. I was a fucking drug addict and alcoholic. I was 140 pounds, 6'3". So naturally, I was fucking ready, dude. Mm-hmm. And they go to the street. The big guy's holding me and my brother back. And my brother's a lot bigger than me, right? We're both about the same height, but he's always been a heavier boy and man. So he looked like, you know, a drug addict who did eat.
Right, not a drug addict who didn't eat.
Yeah. I mean, I ate a piece of pizza most days. Chicken sandwich, actually. We had a banging chicken sandwich there.
Well, that's what crack will do to you.
Yeah, it's man, more. So these guys are walking down the sidewalk, and now they're yelling at us. We're yelling at them, and I had enough. I was fucking ready, dude.
How old were these kids?
I think we were all in our early 20s. I mean, I had to be 22 at the time. They were probably the same, 22 to 25, I think, at the most. And this is like a staple of how I used to fight, too. When I used to drink, I used to fight all the time. And I ran down the sidewalk, went threw back my arm to hit him with a haymaker, and tripped and fell right off the curb.
And just ate shit.
Just ate shit right in front of these 10 dudes who I was just fucking coming at like, fuck you,
Talking
pussies.
shit to you,
Yeah, fell straight down to the ground. Didn't even hit a single one of them. Completely missed every single person. And so then they naturally started to step on me. You know what I mean? Like
Stomp you out,
I was then getting jumped. It went from a situation that I had like 0.1 chance in to 0% chance. And so I'm getting beat up now.
What's your brother doing?
He comes running over. He's trying to pull people off of me. The door guy's trying to pull people off of me. Right? Everybody's trying to pull people off of me because they're all our homies. And but like some of these kids were homies with some of the bartenders and shit. So like it was a big controversy. I think we got suspended maybe. I don't know. And so I end up, I've been in the fetal position before getting my ass whipped. This isn't my first time, right? I know how to get kicked. And all of a sudden I'm getting up and this one big guy, they had one big guy. Allegedly he was the cousin of some Packers lineman or something like that. I remember somebody telling us that afterwards. And the one big guy comes up and like he was coming to fucking hit me, dude. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how it happened, but it's like I think my brother dove in front of that bullet for me and he got his face fucking rocked.
Your brother did.
Yeah. His shit got broke, dude. Like right here, whole face swollen, couldn't work for like a week afterwards.
So on Thanksgiving, you're in a bar for 13 hours. You end up getting jumped because you're so fucking drunk and your brother gets socked in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it gets better. It gets or worse. I don't know how it happened. I remember us being back inside the bar, me and my brother. He's bleeding in the corner. People are like helping him do whatever. We're both crying now. Like
From embarrassment or pain?
Alcohol, I think. And then we somehow get into a fight with each other inside the bar. Like, I think it almost got physical between us. I left the bar. I don't know how I got home. I think I walked home, and it was a long walk. And then my brother went to the hospital. And I woke up the next afternoon, I think, to my phone just blowing up. And then, and then I think my brother had beef with those guys for like the next 5 to 10 years.
And y'all didn't know these people?
They were just bar regulars. Like we knew of them. We knew who they were because I made them drinks. They're just some fucking cocky little assholes.
So is this a bar that you worked at?
Yeah, we worked there.
But you were off.
Yeah, we were off. We just came in to get to drink on Thanksgiving. I don't know why we weren't with our family that year, but we weren't. Maybe we had to work the day before or something like that. Maybe we closed. I probably closed the bar the night before. That was a wild one.
Well, mine was originally different, but that reminds me of probably my craziest bar story.
Oh yeah, brother.
Originally, I was going to talk about, experiencing something while I'm behind the bar, but nope, you just sparked a memory. It's actually not that long ago.
I told you what
not
happened.
that long ago. I worked, I closed, and then I left, and I went and just got fucking ripped, fucking shit plowed. Okay, in East Austin. I get kicked out of the bar I'm at. I try to fight a group of people because I thought they were laughing at me for being drunk. Was not the case. Get kicked out, try to fight the bouncer. Get put in an Uber. I'm with one of my bar regulars. I'm with one of my managers, and two of my other coworkers, and one of my coworkers' girlfriends. I'm trying to fight everyone in the fucking Uber. I'm trying to fight fucking Uber driver. I'm trying to fight my regular, who's a 60-year-old man, by the way. We go back. They're trying to get me back to where my car is. Not that I was going to drive, but, so we make it back to where Eddie and I work in downtown Austin. And I go inside. I'm using the restroom. And I full-blown fist fight my manager who's on duty at the time.
I wasn't there that night.
You were not there.
No.
At this point, they were closed, and we were in the bathroom. He had me pinned down on all fours. He said I had ripped out my hair extensions and tried to clock him in the face. And then, okay, but mind you, he's my...
Izzy, how tall are you?
I'm 5 foot.
Yeah.
And 105 pounds. He's my best friend, one of my best friends. We were very good friends before I even started there. Yeah, like I said, ripped my extensions. I came out of my blackout in this moment. My extensions were ripped out on the bathroom floor of my job. My manager is on top of me, fully restraining me. He has his knees like on my hand, like my arms. And I'm just screaming in his face. So I think I potentially tried to spit in his face at one point.
Lucky guy.
Mm-hmm. Lucky guy. And then, yeah, I just blacked out. I partially came out of the blackout then, and then it's all a blur from there. I woke up the next morning. I had massive bruises on my arms from being restrained for like 2 weeks.
Do you fight when you get drunk a lot?
No. It depends on what I'm drinking. So I drank vodka that night. I usually only drink tequila, which is weird. You think it'd be the opposite. But no, I think I just was already pissed off about something at work that night. So I just went into drinking very pissed off.
Yeah, dude.
And then I just had to, it was a Clopening, and I had to open the next day and pretend nothing happened. So
Yeah.
And I still had a job. No one really talked about it again, so I just pretend that didn't happen.
I never heard anybody talking about it, but that's because I talked to you. So I don't drink anymore. It's been a little over a year now. So we're just gonna kind of turn this into drinking stories because I thought of another great one when you were saying that.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to do absolutely just outlandish shit. Besides fighting, I always like to fight the biggest person I could find or the largest group of people that I could find.
Mm.
Like at one point when I was 18, I was living in Colorado, and I wasn't working at any bars then, but I would just get so fucking wasted, so hammered, that like I would wake up the next morning and roll over and be like, oh, and I'd hit up my friends and be like, yo, did I get in a fight last night? They'd be like, oh yeah, you got your ass kicked.
Yeah, you got jumped.
But there was another one that I just remembered. I wasn't at work. What was it? Okay. It was a Halloween party. I lived in Alexandria, Virginia at this point, which is just right outside DC. And my friends lived in Maryland. It was about a 45 minute to an hour drive away from me, just down 95. And I went to this Halloween party. It was a zombie party. Wait, it might not even been Halloween. I think we just had a zombie party.
Just a zombie theme party.
Yeah, I think it might have just been a zombie party. So, zombie party is great. I didn't really want to like get dressed up or anything because I didn't know I was going. I just decided,
well,
fuck
that's
it.
just fucking gay. You know?
Yeah. Well, but they put makeup on me and made me a. That's just fucking gay. Yeah. So they put makeup on, and made me a zombie. Right. So I'm a zombie now. We go to this place. I don't even know where it is. We have a fun party, and you're talking about like going into drinking mad, right? I don't know. Alcohol for me was always an amplifier, right? Like 95% of the time, you're going to have the best time with me. We're going to go out. I'm
burn the city
fun. Down. Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
But that 5% of the time is so fucking bad.
Same.
So like, this is one of those 5% of the times. So these are girls, there's these 4 girls that I've known since I was 16 years old. And they're just like my sisters, like never so much as kissed. We just kind of started hanging out, and that's the way it was. And so I'm staying at their house in Maryland with at their mom's house. And we come back from this party. I don't know what the fuck happened to me.
Well, you can always just say you got drugged.
Oh man, I just used to
like
drug
to
myself. Yeah. It doesn't work when you're 6'3" and white. Like nobody's like, oh yeah, you got drugged. Like, yeah, you can say you got drugged. If I say that, they're like pussy.
Yeah, you have to take full
First time with GHB, you fucking pussy. But so their mom had my keys right to my car, which was my first car. It was an '88 Chevy Beretta. So fucking cool, dude. And it had those seatbelts that went back up, over the. I don't know if you know about that. It's an old thing. I wanted to drive back to Virginia, and she wouldn't let me. Good shit. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I was really fucked up. So I lost my fucking mind.
On the mom.
On everybody in the house, I think.
Okay.
Just like kept trying to get my keys back. I was just like, I don't really remember all of it. I remember little bits and pieces. So I started walking back to Virginia.
Okay.
Down 95. And about 2 hours in, I realized this was a bad idea.
They didn't come to find you?
No, they just let me go. I would have just let me go too. And so I'm walking, and I just keep on walking, and I'm in full zombie makeup still.
On the side of a highway.
On the side of a highway with my thumb out now because I realized this was a bad idea. So I'm trying to...
How long do you think it would have taken you to fully walk home?
Well, after 4 hours, the sun started coming up, and somebody did pick me up. I don't know how or why, but somebody picked me up. Full zombie makeup, probably 5 o'clock in the morning. It's this guy in a pickup truck, and I remember he had a coffee cup. I don't know why that stayed with me, so I just remember there was a coffee cup, and maybe it smelled good. I don't know. I was a zombie. At some point, I was like, oh my God, now I'm going to get murdered while I look like a zombie. But he dropped me off somewhere, and I found a payphone. I had 2 quarters and found a payphone. Like this is...
What year was this?
It was probably 2010.
Did you have a cell phone on you?
It was dead. It was in my pocket. Completely dead.
Okay.
I got a cab. I called a cab.
Okay.
And I didn't have any money, so I gave him my cell phone.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I have money at the place we're going. And then I got home, got money.
Your cell phone was collateral.
Yeah, I got money. I gave it to him. And then the next morning, I had to knock on the door.
Of the girls?
Yeah.
And the mom, okay.
Their mom opened the door, and I was like, I'm so sorry.
So how old were you at this point?
Oh, man. At least 22.
So old enough to where...
22, 23.
Old enough to where that's not okay at all.
Yeah.
Full grown man.
I mean, yeah, I was driving. I was driving everywhere, dude. There's just so many. Like when you do this for so long, it starts to become normal. I tell people that all the time. Like my normal is different than your normal.
Well, I think your old normals become my new normals. So
Yeah. That's why we're spirit animals.
that's why I'm actually made the executive decision this morning to just go sober,
I watch
which probably won't happen.
I watch Izzy live her life, and she asks me all the time, like, "How are you right about this?" I'm like, "Because I've done it. I've been all these terrible people."
It's so true. I mean, every single aspect, really, like guys and I mean everything. Do you ever look at yourself and think that you've become the person you met when you first started bartending that you didn't want to be?
Oh, dude, I'm 10 years older than you.
You do have 10 years on me, but I feel like
I think about it all the time.
I feel like you're looking at yourself 10 years ago when you hear my stories.
No, I think that you have a better handle on things than I did, for sure. I was viciously doing any drug that you would put in front of me as soon as I got drunk.
Yeah, drugs aren't really an issue for me.
I hate drugs until I get drunk. And then I bring some fucking heroin out. Like, let's chase the dragon, dude. I don't even care. Like, what's up?
There was a point where, have you ever seen that the TikTok account where it's Tales from the Streets?
No, I don't think so. I'm too old for TikTok.
Okay, you do have 10 years on me.
Yeah.
There was a point when we first met, well, a few months after we had first met, where I was 1 weekend bender away from being under the 35 bridge, for sure. I was 1 weekend away from being on that TikTok, Tales from the Streets.
Dude, all right, so
But I don't have a very addictive personality, so.
I do. So I drank this. What the fuck is it? It's I can't remember the name of this right now. It's like not hair. Oh, kratom, right? So kratom.
Yeah.
Kratom's wild, and some
It's like an opiate receptor.
dude. That shit is like heroin light. Like it's like extra light heroin.
It's like the K2 of heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you this is the first time since I've stopped drinking. Some rep came into the restaurant the other day and brought these CBD, kratom, whatever drinks, right? And on the back it says, "If you're in recovery, do not drink this drink." And I was like, gonna see what this is all about right here, because there's no alcohol, right? I don't care about that. And also I know about kratom. Like my buddy was a heroin addict for a long time, and he told me he was like, "I tried kratom once," and he was like, "Way too close. Not gonna do it again."
Yeah, my boyfriend in high school who was in and out of rehab for Xanax and heroin addiction loved kratom.
Yeah, because that shit, so anyway, I wanted to see what this drink did. It had like a little bit of CBD, a little bit of whatever. I was like, whatever, fuck it. Like I used to do.
This was at work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I fucking slammed it, right? Because I'm getting the full effect. That is the first
Even
time.
though you're in recovery and it's,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, because it's not alcohol, you know what I mean? And it's kratom, whatever.
Okay, fair enough.
And it's CBD, and it really didn't do much like I thought it would. It didn't do much. It felt like a very, very light opiate for about 10 minutes.
You think it was placebo or real?
No, it's definitely, I know
Okay.
I've experienced drugs. I know exactly what drugs feel like. And like I was standing there feeling it. I was like, oh, this is weird. This is a little body high. And then it made me fucking want more. And that's the first time I think since I've been sober when like I caught myself like, oh, that was weird. Like I want more.
Yeah. See, that's my issue. I don't have necessarily a super addictive personality by any means. I mean, I'm addicted to nicotine. I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 13, but
What was your first cigarette?
Newport menthol.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro.
100 too. You know how they had the hundreds? They were long.
Izzy, when I was...
Oh, okay, and for context, I grew up in a very, like, not, like, just, like, a wealthier, predominantly white, area. I had no fucking real-world problems by any means. I had a great family. I just loved to, I don't know, I think I just wanted to be, when you're younger and it's like you want to be part of this world where you have all these problems.
Yeah.
And
dude, well, speaking of white, real quick, our sponsor, Cow's Milk, want to give a shout out to Cow's Milk because any other milk is just gay plant water. Mm-hmm. All right. Like that's how I was, like I tell people all the time, I just wanted to be cool, right? I came from a fucking broken family. Mm-hmm. Like the complete opposite experience of probably what you had. Like it was, if you look at the 90s and you look up like divorced white family, it's like a picture of me and my brothers and my dad's obviously not there. But like I just always wanted to be cool, right? Mm-hmm. Like I've told you before, we'll go into this in another episode. Like I went to group homes and shit and got bounced around a lot. And so I did anything. I started drinking to be cool. I found drugs. I was like, these cool guys are doing drugs. Mm. Let's start doing these drugs. And then I got cool, dude. I got fucking cool, right? Mm-hmm. And it was the loneliest fucking thing that I ever did, right? Everybody wanted to hang out with me until all the drugs were gone for years and years and years and years. And that's one reason that I don't even really miss that life at all anymore. Like it's just, I see it happening now. Like I watch it. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. That's not cool. Yeah. It's not cool, dude.
Yeah, I think I finally got to that age where I'm like, all right, that's not fucking cool,
It's a roller coaster.
I feel like if you're, in high school or even college age, doing drugs and everything is cool, but I mean, well, after 21, 22, it's fucking lame.
Oh, dude, I was just getting warmed up.
It's so cool to be like, I tell people I don't smoke weed. I have horrible anxiety. It does not help.
See, I do still smoke weed.
See, but for you, it probably helps your anxiety.
I don't know. Some days it gives, some days it takes. Like, I don't.
I can't.
I'm sober. I'm not a nerd. You know, get high, dude.
No, but I'll tell people I don't smoke weed, and they're like, "Oh, that's so cool." I'm like, "Well, when I was 13, I was smoking weed because I thought it was cool, and my brain was not developed by any means. I could not handle that level of being fucked up, and I ended up giving myself an anxiety disorder. I really think it's from smoking at too young of an age, and your brain just can't. I mean, I feel like the people I know that started smoking when they were older, they can handle it now and they like it, and it's part of their kind of like routine to relax and sleep. I feel like everyone I know that started smoking at a young age, they cannot smoke anymore. They just can't.
It was so weird with me because it gave me the worst anxiety for so long, but I just kept doing it to the point of where I like eventually in my own head I was like now I can identify it and be like, get out of here, weed anxiety. That's silly. You know what I mean? But it still happens sometimes. Like there's sometimes when I'll smoke and I'll just be like, I don't know, some existential crisis. I'm 35. You know what I mean? Like we're reaching the end of the old walk.
Might as well start writing your will.
It's written. Oh wait, suicide note will. Same thing.
That was good. That was good.
All right, Izzy, should we look at some news?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna look at X right now, or Twitter, for those of you who fucking call it the real name.
I still call
Shout
it
out Elon Musk.
Fuck
Please
Elon
don't
Musk.
cancel this YouTube channel.
Oh, sorry.
I wonder what are your trends? Ours have got to be different because hell yeah, Diddy's trending right now. Fuck, it's my favorite.
Okay, so your trends are probably very different than mine.
Mine are definitely different.
Mine are GPT-4o, artificial intelligence.
Oh, that's fun. I love Diddy. I think he's the best businessman in the world. We just found out. Right, everybody thought he was good, but
I don't even really know about all that. Like I've heard things, but I don't really know what.
We must not have been working together a lot lately because I absolutely love it. It's revolutionary. Diddy's he's I think he got really jealous of Jeffrey Epstein and he was like, yo, hold up. For the culture, dude.
A PR stunt.
No, but let's see. I mean, why is he trending right now?
Well, I mean, didn't he like?
Because they're all talking about him being a Fed because they think that he's flipping on all these people so that he doesn't have to go to prison forever for having sex with Usher against Usher's will.
Is that what happened?
Among other men, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, speaking of, have you watched the Quiet on Set documentary?
Oh no, I haven't. But I watched the highlights.
Okay.
I saw some of the real
Drake
weird
Bell?
foot stuff. Yeah. I saw Ariana Grande pour water on her face and like make moaning noises. That was really uncomfortable.
From when she was
And see, this was different because this was a different Nickelodeon era than I was from. I was from the further back Nickelodeon
like
era.
what? Name a show.
I mean, we watched all that. You know what I mean? Like, I know I think that was part of it a little bit because I didn't watch the whole Quiet on Set. What was it? Pete and Pete, I think, was Nickelodeon. Yeah, Pete and Pete was Nickelodeon. You've probably never even heard of Pete and Pete. Yeah, dude, it was a complete Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy you don't know Ren and Stimpy?
No.
Dude.
No.
Dude, this is
ours was like my generation was more, Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
SpongeBob. Love SpongeBob.
Yeah, everybody loves SpongeBob. SpongeBob bro, I remember when SpongeBob dropped. Like, when that shit was fresh. They dropped that heat on us when I was a kid. Changed the game. It was like Pokemon, SpongeBob, go jerk off to a stolen Playboy page that you took out of a magazine in 7-Eleven. The fucking good. We used to be a proper country, Izzy.
Make America great again.
Now everybody's mad they can't get on Pornhub, dude. I just use my imagination.
Oh my God. Yeah. You see there's a VPN surge in Texas?
Oh yeah, I'm
wonder
sure
why.
ExpressVPN. It wouldn't surprise me if like all of a sudden Pornhub comes back and is sponsored by ExpressVPN.
Oh, we should just
Or
buy
vice
stock
versa.
in a VPN company.
Like, or was it? Oh, Childish Gambino dropped a new album.
I thought he was like done.
No, he dropped a new album. I listened to the first part of it, and it wasn't great so far. I'm not thrilled. I hope it gets better.
Every time I hear Childish Gambino, the name, I just think about, it may have been the first time I ever smoked weed. I was in the back of a fucking like Honda Civic. I think I was 13. Back of a Honda Civic. You know, everyone had the subs.
Dude, if we were 13 together, oh man.
It would have been really bad. But I was with, I think I was 13. I was in 8th grade. And I was with people who were not 13. They were out of high school for sure. Looking back, that's weird. It's kind of rapey, but.
No, not rapey, pedophilia, but.
Yeah. Thank you. And
Diddy would have been so proud, dude.
we're hitting a blunt, hotboxing, and somebody turns on Z, lots of Stockholm, but like which is a Childish Gambino song, but like this bass boosted, slow and reverbed version. Either it was that version or I was just high as fuck and it sounded slow and reverbed.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't weed that gave you salvia.
Probably, or K2, who knows? And I remember I had my head back, and I could feel like the sound waves. I feel like I could probably was salvia actually. Now that I'm saying,
sounds a lot like a salvia.
I could see them traveling and going into my brain, and then like I could feel it like coming out of my head. And ever since then, I have not been able to listen to Childish Gambino. I can't.
I love Childish Gambino. I like Donald Glover as an artist, though. Like that's like when people ask me, like, "Oh, what do you want to like?"
I like him as an actor.
What are your goals? Like that'd be cool just to do everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like he does stand up. He's made great music.
What's that show he's on?
Community.
No, well.
Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh, I love Community.
He's the shit.
That's such a good show.
There are whispers on the internet that they're actually getting back together to make a movie. But I think that's been like that for a while.
It's funny because that one girl on the show, Annie,
yeah,
she's all innocent and shit looking in the show, and she's just hot as fuck in real life.
Yeah, she is. She's old too.
Yeah,
she's like 50-ish. Maybe.
No way.
40. I think she's late 40s or 50s.
I think she's like your age.
No, I don't think so. Because I think I looked it up. Actually, sure, I looked it up. I'm gonna look it up.
How old is Annie?
Because I was like, how old is bitch? Like maybe I got a chance one day. You know. I was like, I slid in her DM. She hasn't hit me back yet, but like she hasn't seen it either.
Maybe when you become a famous comedian, you'll have a chance. But then she might be 60.
Or dead.
Or dead.
Annie Community. I don't even remember her name. Allison Brie.
It's Allison Brie, yeah.
Oh, she's 40. All right, so we're closer than I thought. Look, in my head, I'm like 25. All right, maybe that's why.
I know. In my head, I'm still 18. It's weird.
Yeah, it would have been weirder if you were like, I'm still 13, but.
Something.
I was like, all right, cut. I think this was a bad idea.
My growth.
I don't know if we should have done this. What, you want to do your mama says?
No, mine was going to be a hard take segment, but.
What? Spit it out, dude.
Well, so I think you were part of this at work recently. I think it was you. Talking about the fact that, you're saying retarded's not very PC anymore. Even, it used to be.
Yeah, because people are retarded.
Yeah. I think we should be able to say it because sometimes people are retarded. But we were coming up with new words for retarded that are PC.
I think you did tell me about this.
Apparently there's a whole Reddit community that has an entire thread committed to
it's not surprising at all.
Yeah, other words for retarded that are PC. What was it? Below the speed limit. Okay.
That's good.
And it was also of limited thought. I think mine was not fast.
Yeah.
And touched.
Touched is good.
Yeah.
I mean, it could. You got to be careful throwing that one around, though. Be like, that young man is touched. It's like, whoa, does that mean I need to call somebody right now? Did somebody just molest this retarded kid? Like, what the fuck's going on?
I mean, do you think if... actually, I don't know if I should say that. Do you think if you're of limited thought and you get molested, do you think you would know? Or, like, do you think it would affect you the same way it would affect somebody who
I think it's just really bad all around. I'm sure that you would know. I know an autistic guy who talks about being molested regularly. He's aware.
Okay, but
I don't think he's like, was this a puzzle? Does this piece fit
actually, I don't
here?
think it's PC to say autistic anymore. You have to say
It's gotta be.
You have to say a person with autism.
Is that real? Mm-hmm. Dude, we're just gonna be talking in circles here.
Yeah, you say a person with autism. You're not allowed to say an autistic person anymore because they don't want it to define the person.
I mean, people are way too fucking sensitive. Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm all for anything funny for real. Like, it doesn't, I don't know. I feel like when I was growing up, like, it was the golden age of SNL when they were like pushing boundaries and shit. Like, my mom always, like, she showed us all the old SNL. She loved it. Like, that's where I remember watching that from a very young age. And like comedians like Chris Rock were doing stand up. I think Bigger and Blacker just coming out. That's just one of my favorite specials ever. But people could just say shit. Like, now you can't. The internet fucked everything up. The internet fucked everything up.
Speaking of the internet, you know those people you meet who are chronically online?
Yeah,
and
I
you
think
can
I'm one
tell
of
it
them,
instantly.
probably.
No, I don't know. I mean, there's a difference between, I think, using social media and the internet and everything to for information. And then there's people who are, chronically online to the point where every single thing about their lingo, their banter, their hairstyle, their nails, everything they do and say is a copy of someone else's entire. It's like they've morphed into this. It's like it's usually younger people. A lot of people we work with, they're like sponges, and they'll just say shit, and I'm like, what the? I'm young, okay. Well, I don't know what that means. You're chronically online to the point where your screen time is probably 17 hours a day on TikTok.
Dude, that's way too much TikTok.
You don't even have
those videos are so short. Like, how are you?
Well, it's like Vine. It's like the modern day Vine. Did you watch Vine?
Yeah, I remember Vine. Dude, I remember when YouTube dropped.
It's fucking brain rot. And I'm a victim to it. I mean...
There used to be... E-Bombs World was one of... When the internet first, started becoming the internet and people had regular access to it, that's where you would go... And Rotten.com. Bro, Rotten.com was fucked up. You probably...
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
You can watch people get, like, fucking murdered and, like...
Oh, it's like that one website. What's that one website where you could see people, like there will be terrorist organizations who will release a beheading video and you could fight. It's like on the dark web.
I don't get on the dark web because of child porn. Like, I'm afraid you just open the dark web and then there's child porn there.
Like what if it's on your computer?
Yeah, dude, I'm not trying to go to fucking prison for accidentally going to the dark web to buy drugs and ending up with a fucking Epstein video. That shit's wild. They need to make examples out of straight white men right now, dude. I'm not signing up.
You've never accessed the dark web?
No, I never have. I've thought about it, and every time I'm about to, I'm like, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow.
I guess that thought never crossed my mind.
Crossed mine a lot. Dude, sometimes if I'm online looking at porn and it says the word teen in it, I'm like, you know what?
Well, isn't that why Pornhub got banned? Isn't it something with minors?
Like that. Yeah, I never looked into it too much. But like, that should be a common thing. Like, I don't think 35-year-old dudes should really want to be like looking for teens. It's not. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. This is a brave new world we're entering now. There's all these different words for all these different things.
Well, I was having this conversation with a friend the other day, and he was talking about... So I was actually at this was two nights ago, my graduation night. I was at a...
Congratulations, Izzy. Izzy just graduated. She's going to be huge. All right. 5'3" one day. Anyway.
5'3", yeah. Well, I was at a bar, and there was this group of... It was very clearly an orgy situation. I mean, they were all probably in their 50s. They were all married. All had wedding rings on. They were all making out with each other, and then and they were all sitting as couples. So I think 6 of them, or no, I think it was 8. And then the dudes would lean across their wives and start making out together. right? So I'm having
Swingers
this,
are weird, man.
well, that's just kind of how Austin is. But I was having this conversation with a friend, and he was like, it's cool to explore things like that, I guess. But at what point do you get bored and want to do? I said, well, that's when people start fucking kids.
It's when they start buying kids. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't think, like, in my wildest dreams of success, there's never a kid in my bedroom being fucked. It's in no world. Like, in none of them. No matter how many billions I accrue, like, I just don't see myself like, you know what? I think I will buy that little girl.
I mean, I think when you get to that level of power and you can literally have anything you want at your fingertips, people explore very, very taboo things.
I don't think so, man.
I think
because
they
there's
get
a lot
bored.
of, well, I don't know. We haven't seen the list. P. Diddy's tapes aren't going to come out anytime soon.
So was his with pedophilia, or was it with just other men and
No, yeah, he
and
was
sexual assault?
child sex trafficking, sexual assault, rapes. I'm sure. I don't. He's a pretty terrible guy. It seems like.
Who's the other guy? That's
Also,
like that?
Diddy, I love your music. Please, if you do ever see this, just remember that.
Big fan.
Don't want to end up like
Who's
Tupac.
the other guy that's like that?
Jeffrey Epstein.
No, the artist. He's in prison.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of them like that.
R. Kelly.
Oh yeah. R. Kelly.
who it
Yeah,
is.
it's famous for pissing on women against their will. I think.
Haven't you done that?
I mean, I can't talk about that. They were asleep. I want to clarify that they were asleep, and I used to wet the bed. It's not my fault that I drank a lot.
I will say I've never been so drunk that I wet the bed.
Oh, dude, I've pissed on so many girls by accident.
Haven't been there yet.
I guess not so many. Two that stand out in my mind. I mean, you just can't chug kegs all night long and go straight to bed and pass out dead to the world. Like, that piss has got to go somewhere. It was a lot, too. It was a lot both times.
Like you had not broken a seal all night long.
No.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It was...
I woke up one time and my ex, he was so fucked up, he thought that the floor with all of the pillows from our bed, he thought he was in the bathroom. And he was just pissing all over the pillows.
Dude, all right, I'll tell one piss story and then we'll wrap it up with what Mama says. This was just a few years ago. Right before I decided to start trying to get sober. We were in my house. I had a roommate who I let sleep on my couch. Mm-hmm. And he was asleep one night. I was fucking hammered. I might have punched a hole in the wall this night. I don't fucking remember. And that's enough of that. He said that he woke up. I guess I woke him up or something. And I had pushed everything off of the coffee table and just pulled my dick out and started pissing on the coffee table right in front of him. And then I went to bed. And I think he cleaned it up.
Great guy.
No, he was a real piece of shit. So I'm happy that he turned out to be an asshole later.
Okay.
If you're listening, fuck you. Sit. Spirit animals.
Yeah, we are twinsies. We were supposed to do a twinsies segment, but that might have to be saved for next episode.
You want to do some Your Mama Says real quick?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't come up with any.
You didn't come up with one? Mm-mm. I think that I'm gonna go with.
Couldn't come up with one.
Gonna go with this one because it's a funny story. So we're thinking about Your Mama Says. Our moms both say wild things, so sometimes we're gonna share stories with you.
I do have mine. Sorry.
You do have yours? Yeah. Good. My mom was out drinking one night. I think I was 10. My brother was like 8, maybe 11 and 9. You know, we were grown. And she was out drinking with her boyfriend one night. And she came back. Apparently she'd been hanging out with some of her gay friends. Mm. And she was pretty hammered.
She's an ally.
Yeah. And she gave me and my brother a hug, one on each arm. And she said, "Boys, Mommy is always going to love you no matter what. But if you could try not to be gay, that would be great."
Well, my mom told me very recently that I make the worst possible life decision she's ever seen somebody make. So, and it's how it ended me up in some pretty bad situations that we won't get into.
No, not yet.
Not for
yet.
a few months.
But that's good, man. Those worst life decisions, like I've told you this since I met you.
I think I've grown a lot.
They make great stories too.
I was way too. When we first met, I was way too. I needed to go off the rocker a bit, you know.
Yeah, and you fucking did, dude.
Yeah.
You're crushing it right now.
Yeah.
Rocker, not even underneath of you anymore. Smashed to pieces.
The rock, yeah,
Set on fire.
yeah.
But it's good.
All right, we wrapping up.
I think we should wrap it up. Did we get Don getting all this today? Don?
Can we confirm that Don got all this?
Yeah, I think Don's our GM, our leader. I don't think he's here right now. Hopefully we'll get him here on the next episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been Clopening with Eddie and Izzy, and we'll do this again.
We'll do it again.
Yeah, we're gonna go serve drinks to some fucking retards now.
I am. You're not.
No, I'm not. All right, that's it for us, guys.